All right, what's up to the Raw? So it's been a while since I've been on here to do any types of videos or anything. Um, so I did post a live stream tonight on I Will Create, but um, there's going to be a lot of work to get this studio set up with all of the multi-timbral MIDI that we now have in the 2.8, you know, for me to have everything routed and set up really efficiently, then I'm going to have to make some changes. So I'm going to probably be on here daily. I might as well provide this content here. Also, what I'll do is I will do some type of show notes, I guess, because where these could be longer. If you're here looking for specific material, I'll put it in the description, or actually, even better, I'll probably timestamp it for you in the comments. So you can look down there if there's something specific you're looking for. If I cover that today, then I will go down and I'll put it I'll timestamp it for you in the comments. Because let me tell you, man, or woman, wrapping your mind around all this stuff is no joke. So any little bits and pieces that I can help assist you with, I'd be more than happy to. You can leave a comment. Catch me over on the other channel too, So yeah. Anyway, this is going to be probably a little of everything. I'm going to do some routing. This is real life, studio setup stuff. So feel free to leave a question. If I see you in here, I will definitely answer that if I've got an answer for you. Let me say something about this. So, how did that happen? Oh, okay. I got to make a quick adjustment. I think I might have moved. All right. So, with the 2.8 update, what you have in your MIDI tracks, you know what I'll do? Let me just start completely fresh because I want to save a template. So I want to save a template that's set up specifically for my studio, and maybe this template can be shared if there's somebody that thinks they can get something out of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a bunch of MIDI tracks. So track 1 will be a MIDI track, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And then there we go. I guess that's best. And so I'll make a bunch of MIDI tracks and I'll name them, and then go in and we'll name the tracks, the ports, I should say. We'll name the ports as well. So I'm going to start off by plugging in my Mio 10 and seeing if that Mio 10 is going to show up here in all of its ports. Basically, that thing is like a 26 device MIDI router. I believe it's 26. So I'm going to plug that in here, and then pretty much what will happen is all these will disappear, most likely. So sit back, chill, whatever. And I'm definitely going to be making some music along the way here as well. So just unplugged the hard drive by accident. That's okay. Let's just do somewhat of a fresh kind of reset here on all this stuff. I really don't want things to be too, all over the place. All right, so that's the input and that's the output. MIDI is the black one is the output. MIDI is a very, very beautiful thing once you understand it. And that probably sounds corny, which is not surprising. It's like most things I say. But MIDI allows you to be a composer without being a composer, It allows you to conduct the symphony in bits and pieces. So you conduct one part, and then you go conduct another part. And then if you need to make an adjustment, then you go back and you make an adjustment on the first part because it's not locked in audio. So MIDI is a representation kind of a, of the information that comes out of playing music. So if you press something a certain, if you press something a certain way, like you push down on it a certain way, that's actually MIDI information. And that information can be recorded and then played back to the machine. So that's how modulation works. So to be able to do that on many different devices at the same time, that's why multi-timbral MIDI is so important. Because without it, you're not able to move from piece to piece brainless. You can't, because without multi-timbral MIDI, you're thinking about what channel you're on, what track you're on. Your mind is not in the music. Your mind is in the technical stuff. And when you're thinking about technical stuff, you're not being creative. So you got to get your mind completely away from the technical aspect. And you can only do that by muscle memory and, cheating. Basically, you have to cheat. You have to I'm not a piano player. I'm not a drummer. I'm learning these things, but technology can take you a long way. All right, so I'm just trying to figure out here where I'm going with these. So this one's just going to the force. So I do not need that because the force will have its own. All right. Okay. So this guy is going out. So this will be out A. And I'm going to make out A my bigger equipment, my hardware synths and stuff will be out on A. I'll probably put the Volcas out on B. And then I need a clock source for the MPC. So this one. Nope. Is it one of these? It might be. Let's see. Nope. This is how it goes. It's not a glamorous thing, just hooking up wires and stuff. You know, I'd be happy to, you know, if people were here, I'd be happy to answer questions along the way too. You know, I see people that do podcasts and stuff, and they just kind of shoot the breeze, and they just kind of share information. Which, I mean, I'm not really going to go and like sit at a grocery store and talk to somebody at the grocery store about synthesizers and whatnot. So this is pretty much my social life, if you know what I mean. So you know what that means. My social life is talking to a camera by myself. That's a rough one. You know what? It's all good. Won't always be like that. All right. I'm trying to find the other end of this MIDI cable. It comes out of the Mio and then comes all the way up here. And then what? Oh, where is it? There's one guy. Oh, it's going into the force. Okay. That's why it was confusing. I could see another MIDI cable back here coming, but I just didn't know. Okay, yeah. That's my MIDI clock right there. That's what I needed. Okay, so that's going to get MIDI clock now. And wait a minute. Do I need to plug hardwired MIDI into the Mio 10 if I plug the Mio 10 into the X? Let me check that. I need a really long extension. Wait a minute. How's that going to work? Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that because I still need it plugged into the computer because I still have my Ableton running from the Mio 10 as well. So, I wonder if I can use the secondary. I'm going to try to use the secondary USB port here. This is the one I normally use to change things within the Mio. I usually will plug this into the iPad, and it will it'll give me the information display there so I can make changes. I will put that in the timestamp if this works. Man, if I can control my Mio from my X and from my computer without touching anything, unplugging anything, That would be awesome. But I also need another extension. I've got cables on cables on cables, but you still sometimes find that you're short on something. I probably have $500 in cables or more. It's not a cheap hobby. And yeah, it is a hobby because I enjoy doing it. If I didn't enjoy doing it, then it would be work. Uh-oh. All right, let's check this out. Let me turn this around. Go with that. This is going to be very interesting if this works. Shit. All right, so let's plug in this Mio 10. Right now we've got only a couple inputs and outputs. This Mio 10 might pop up in here. That would be phenomenal. Beautiful. Look at that. What? Wow. Game changer. Absolute game changer right there. All of these ports I can now route. Damn. So I've been doing this through my Deluge now for about a year and a half. I went about a year with the X not being able to use multi-timbral MIDI at all. So I've been using the Mio 10 with the iPad to separate the audio, separate the MIDI tracks from each other, separate the MIDI channels, filter them, because the X was receiving MIDI when I didn't want it to. That would trigger samples. That would be really annoying when you're trying to make music. So now the Mio 10, which is plugged into the X through hardwired MIDI, 5-DIN MIDI, is now plugged in with the USB and 5-DIN MIDI. So I don't think I need the 5-DIN MIDI anymore. But that means that I will need to use this as the hub in standalone without my DAW, but I could still use Ableton because on a Mio 10 you have 2 USB ports. 3 if you want to count the hub, the host port. I'm really interested to see what kind of workflow I can figure out with this because of the Deluge being such a good multi-timbral MIDI synth too, MIDI sequencer and multi-track synth. So there should be some crazy workflow here. And I'm really interested. Okay, so these are the first 10 are all my 5-DIN, because there's 10 on a Mio 10. There's 10 pairs. And then here's my host 1, 2, 3, and 4, which those are Ethernet. So on each Ethernet, you have 16 channels of MIDI. So on host 1, I have 16 channels, host 2, 16, host 3, and host 4 all have 16. Then on host 5 through 10, that's a single port that you could plug in a hub and get 6 channels of USB MIDI with 16 on each. So lots of routing. And now I just got to figure out what do I want to route first? So let's see. My Rev 2 is going to, I believe it goes also to 7. Let me check that. Yes. It's coming in on 7. So I'm going to change the name of this right now to Rev 2. All right. Damn. That's, oh, whoops. It did it in the wrong one. Okay. Now I just gotta erase that. So that's actually a really great thing. And on 8, I think it's a sledge. I'll have to make sure. It's sledge in black. Actually, I want to do some work with that here in a minute. What the hell did I just do? It's really hard. My fingers, I guess. I guess my fingers really aren't cut out for this. And then number 9 was the Mini Nova. Okay, cool. So 7, I don't want any of them to be controlled. I want them all. If you put it on master, what happens is you end up having to be on each individual track to record it. So I want to record the MIDI without needing to be in that particular track. So I'm going to leave it like it is, but I think I may have to also highlight on the control, but I'll have to figure all this out as I go. And I'm going to, be here probably every night until I get all this stuff worked out. All right, so then on 1, because I really want to have a great template. So on 1, I'm going to call this, actually, I'm going to call this MS-20. If you know me, you know this is my favorite piece of equipment. So out on 1. I don't even think I even have this midied up like that, do I? Nope. I don't have that midied up yet. I'll have to plug it into its USB. Yeah, let me plug it in USB. Easy enough. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Let's see if that pops back up, because there's another step to this right there. So I do not want that. I'll leave that on, the control on for now. And I got to make sure that I activate the output. Yes, and it is. Cool. Oh, damn. It doesn't rename the output. That's okay. I'll rename it right now. I only have to do all this once if I do it right. Rev 2. Sledge. then it's a Mini Nova. Okay. Actually, port 6 is the Prophet 6. And then on port B, I can put all the Volcas, because these are all going to get taken up with just this bigger stuff. Rev 2, Prophet 6. The Digitone will be 1 through 4, but I'll leave that like it is for now. And I already renamed these. Why is it? That's odd. DIN 1. That's confusing as shit. Oh, I see what it did. Okay, it moved them down. All right, it puts them down. When you name it, if you have a lot of MIDI tracks like I do, a lot of MIDI devices like I do, there's what? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 23 MIDI devices in here. It seems like it does it. I don't know if it's by alphabetical or what, but let's just keep it moving. All right, so that's out on 1. Now you got to make sure that when you do this part, man, it's not very clear, is it? I wish that was more clear. When you do this part, you just got to make sure that you have the MIDI going back out to the proper one. See, this one has to say MS-20 Mini. This just says a channel number, but this actually has to go out to the specific device or it won't work. And it's not working yet. See why. Out. Let me make sure that I have everything set up properly. Output. MIDI control mode output. We'll go with no, that shouldn't be right. That MIDI clock send. No. Yes, I do want to send. I don't want to receive. All right, so that should be it. Let's see. Well, why isn't that? That is not sending MIDI at all. Oh, wait a minute. I might have a port issue here or something. Oh wait, I'm not even plugged into that though. Let me see. Not seeing any MIDI at all. Okay, that's sending MIDI. I wonder if it's just the channel, first of all. Jesus Christ. How about we on the right channel? Idiot. All right, so that's working. That's my MS-20. All right, 8 octaves. 11 semitones. Let's go up to 16. Go down to 8. I mean, this is my bass synth, you know? Huh. I'd like to be able to drop it down. I can't believe that's as low as I can go. That don't seem right. Oh well. All right, cool. So that's MS-20. All right, so track 2, let's put the Rev 2. MIDI channel 7. Oh, I'm trying to find the right freaking overhead. Where is it? Where's my overhead? I don't know. All right, so 7, MIDI channel 7. And then this was actually DIN number 7. But because I did not select it as a control source, it didn't show up in the track, or a sync source, I should say. So I got to make sure that I check this, because now hopefully I'll see it. There it is. Should be able to change the patch. There. All right, that's cool. Let me make sure that these are going to record too. Nice. Now let's see if the MS-20 will record when it's not even on the MS-20 track. I hear it. Hold on. Let me see. Oh. Okay. I remember you have to hit this channel strip right here. Whoops. This thing. And you have to open up and make sure that you're only going to the proper channels. So input, not all ports. I want to come in only from my MS-20. So that says MS-20 right there. That's what that says. Let me see if I can give you a better damn shot. There, a little bit better. Okay. It says MS-20 now. So input MS-20, output MS-20. Input, not all, only on one. Output, only on two. That's it. Now I want the same thing up here. I want to go in only from the Rev 2. Only out on the Rev. Only out to the Rev 2 on 7, not all. I only want to have it come in on 7. Because this is the problem. If you want to avoid global MIDI, you have to change that, the input side. So now, let's see. I got both. Let's arm them both. They're both armed. You hold shift, tap to arm them both. So they're both armed. Now let's see if I can record the MIDI in track 1, even though I'm in track 2 now. Let me just erase if there's anything in track 1. All right, so I'm back to track 2. This is the Rev 2 track. Let me name it first. I already named the ports, but I haven't named the track on this. Okay, Rev 2, I'm going to try to record the MS-20. I understand it's not on key, but I'm just trying to do this. It's playing it back differently. I don't know why it's playing it back differently. Oh, it's because it's transposed 24 semitones. Try this. That should be proper. There we go. Cool. So it does multi-temporal MIDI. So time stamped 40 minutes, 19 seconds. Now I'll do 39 minutes. Multi-temporal MIDI works. Exciting. Exciting. All right. that's 2 tracks. I'm gonna leave it at that. Call it a day. I'll come back and set up my other equipment. But having 2 tracks, I'm really, really excited. I'm really, really excited. Let me name this. All right, plug this back in. Uh-oh, I'm gonna have to get a hub. Yep. Actually, I can probably plug this into that thing. All right, this is gonna be my template. Okay, that's it. Peace. I'll be back tomorrow to do some more. Later.